But did we accomplish what we set out to accomplish? And I think we did. Because when you take 6 of the last 9 or 10 games, 7 of the last 10 games, came down to the last 3 or 4 minutes. Losing games in overtime. Losing games by 2 or 3 points. In the beginning of the season, we weren't even in those games. So there's a point where a team matures and becomes a team. That happened for us very late. Okay? When guys actually got what it's going to take to perform at this level. And we're going to address that in the coming years. And hopefully, if we do our job correctly, the shape that you were in and the basketball mentality that you had in the third quarter of the season, guys will come in right after Thanksgiving and already have that instilled in them. Because the plays aren't going to change, system's not going to change, but the personnel is going to change. Teams are made from the end of November till late March, mid-March. Players are made from the last day after the last game till the first day of tryouts. We're probably going to keep maybe 12 guys next year. That's 12 empty spots. Like I said this year, probably going to keep 16. There's nobody's name is written in the wall. I'll be able to tell right away if you haven't done anything all summer. Okay, so what you really got to know about me, about this program, about the guys who are cut in this year, is it's going to come down to 2 things for you guys, mainly the younger guys. Okay? It's going to come down to an interest or commitment. I have a friend in New Jersey, my friend Vinny, who's this big. Every year, Vinny's going to lose 60 pounds. Tells me around Christmas time, yeah, Big Rob, what up, man? Don't get used to it because it's going to be gone soon. I'm going to lose 60 pounds. He needs to lose about 80, 85 pounds. But every year it's the same thing. Okay? Around the holidays, right around the New Year, Vinny says to himself, I'm going to lose 60 pounds. Boom, January 1, starts a crazy diet, crazy workout regime. All right? Then he proceeds to do it every day. And then he proceeds, every time you see him, he's got to tell you a story about this new exercise fad that he's got going, or some new thing in nutrition that he learned that's going to make him skinny and be the healthiest guy in America. He's going to live to 100 years old. Okay? Sure enough, 2 months later, back to the old habits. He's the last guy out of the bar. He's usually got a pack of cigarettes on him, and he's sweating when he wakes up in the morning. He's a cupcake away from a heart attack, put it that way. Okay? Then I have another friend who I bumped into around Christmas also. His name's Danny. I've known him my whole life. Hadn't seen him in a while. Our kids are playing together. Dan was a football player in college, the same school I was. We went to school with each other our entire lives. Kindergarten, grammar school, high school, everything. He played football for Illinois State. Was my roommate in college at the end. I see Dan, I haven't seen him in a while, and I looked at him and I said, geez, Dan, you look great. And he's like, yeah, I lost 40 pounds. I said, you're kidding me? He said, yeah, you haven't seen me in a while. You know, dug in and got to it. I said, well, what'd you do? And his wife happened to have the baby bag right there. He says, oh, let me show you. And he pulls out his iPad, and we sit down next to each other, and he shows me that I worked out on this day, I ate this, my caloric intake had to be here, I did cardio this, and this day. Oh, and I had to be at these little milestones along the way to know I was on course to achieving my goal. What I'm trying to tell you is, the difference is, Vinny's interested in losing the weight. Danny was committed. Now, I hope you see the difference. If you're interested, I hope you enjoy tonight, because it might be the last banquet that you see. If you're committed, well, it'll be a different story. But because what we're asking you to do, and I know every one of these guys would support me in saying this, what we're asking you to do is something more than what has been the mold at Weston basketball. We're asking you to be committed. And it's not just going to be, hey, it's time for basketball season. Let's go get the ball, get going. It needs to start now. In fact, it should have started yesterday. Know this. We will know after being in the gym with you 10 minutes who put the work in, who sacrificed hanging out with the boys, weekends with your family or friends, and was in the gym working at it every day. Being from a town like Weston, growing up in great families, you have all these resources your whole life. And that's a big deal. Okay? That's a very big deal because you're going to get out in the part of the world where you're going to see it's different a lot of places. Having all those resources is an absolute blessing. And your parents, people around you, you owe them a big thank you because they sacrificed an awful lot to get you here. And look how great this is. Now, going forward, being freshmen, going away from home. Whereas in Weston, you had all the resources. Going forward in the next few years of your life, what's going to matter about your success is going to be your resourcefulness. How good you can be on your own at finishing a task.